Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I got a new face cam, so I'm testing it out. Let me know what you guys think. For today's video, we've got a Geometry Dash tier list of the base game RobTop levels, which we streamed live at twitch.tv/FableMate. Please keep in mind, we do not own any of the music used in this video. All of the artists and their songs are linked in the description down below. Enjoy.
Alright, we'll start it with Stereo Madness. I mean, it's iconic, dude. Like, this is...
We should play through each of the levels, too, while we're doing this.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. If you need to go into practice mode, do it.
Oh, yeah, dog. I need to practice mode this. Like, what if I die?
I mean, I'd make fun of you.
Yeah, but if I die in practice mode, you won't make as much fun of me because... Well, mostly because I won't tell you.
I mean, this is where it all started, man.
This was the beginning.
Chad is saying, like, F tier or C, A, definitely an S tier. I think this has to go in S tier. Like, here's the thing. It's not the greatest level, but it introduces you to Ship, one of the best game modes, Cube, one of the best game modes, arguably, and it introduces you to the triple spike, man. The triple spike. Like, look at, boom, there. Triple, just throws it right at you. That's the hardest part in this level, and even up into extreme demons still gives people trouble. Even the best players in the game still die on triple spikes because it's such a hard timing. No one likes triple spikes, exactly. Which is why I think this has to go in S tier.
So what are we scoring on? I mean, song for sure, gameplay for sure.
Song, gameplay, and
how iconic it is, I guess.
How iconic. Icon. What is the word? There's a word there. I just don't know what it is. Prestige. That's a good one.
Renown.
Renown. Yeah, that's another good one. So it's the first level. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Gameplay, I would put at the lowest. Only because it's so easy to know, you know, like, but when you play it, the gameplay isn't bad because you don't know what gameplay is yet.
Right, you're just starting out. You're a baby GD player.
So I think we should give it a solid baseline C tier, assuming that we're basing the
okay. So the tier list
it on C tier, right? Because it would be B and A above it, and then D and F below it.
Oh, no.
So C is the center, and then S is top.
Yeah, no. The center of the tier list is B.
Oh, you don't even have an F tier.
I could make one.
Make one.
Okay. How do I add a row below? There we go. New row.
Here's the thing. S tier, it isn't
F tier.
something we factor in.
S tier is like the levels. So what are we thinking? You're thinking C tier?
So I was thinking C tier gameplay. I mean, I don't know how to feel about the song just because I've listened to the song so many times.
The song is
but the renown is immediately in S tier. I mean,
so do we put it in B or do we put it in A? Because I think that's where we're sitting.
I say
A.
I
tier.
say A.
Stereo Madness is a B in my opinion. It's C tier.
I say A just because it is so iconic.
It's Stereo Madness, man.
This is where the journey begins. This is where you go like, A, I bought this game, I'm playing this game. Stereo Madness.
Let me show you how you started Geometry Dash. You boot up your GD, you click this button, and then you click this button. You played Stereo Madness. That is what you did, and if you tell me you did otherwise, you are lying to me. And I don't appreciate that.
I mean, I watched the first time Zero Radish played. Immediately went in Stereo Madness.
That's what everybody does, man. Alright, you ready?
Here's the thing, I prefer this song. I'm already going, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry.
Maybe
I kind of prefer this song.
This song's kind of good. It's not as iconic.
It's not as iconic, but it is better.
It introduces jump pads to you, and I think that's all this level introduces. So gameplay's like a solid, like a C tier for me.
Yeah, I mean it's middle of the road. I mean all the low levels are probably going to be middle of the road just because it's
It's getting you started.
It does its purpose. It gets you started. It is not fun to play. You're never like, dang, that jump orb combo. But like,
Dang, the sync is actually kind of good.
it is.
But it doesn't really do anything. Like, there's a ship section, but most of the levels just kind of cube. It doesn't really introduce a whole lot. Like, I understand what they were going for. It does have a bit of a switch up at like 80, where it switches over to blue and the beat increases, the BPM.
Yeah. When it 85-ish.
Yeah.
Dude,
84.
I mean, it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think Iconic, it gets like a C tier, and then...
So here's how we're gonna... Here's how I'm gonna think about it, which is in relationship to the other levels. This one was, I mean, compared to Stereo Madness, better song, worse renown, worse gameplay.
So I think it has to go in like C tier. That's my argument. Like, it's not god awful, but the gameplay, man, it's good.
I would comfortably put it in C. It's average.
I think
C is average.
really good for it. Where is it? All right, so back on track to C tier. So we have S, A, B, C, D, and F. All right, let's move on to Polargeist. I, for the longest time, thought this song was, thought the level was called Poltergeist. It's not. It's Polargeist.
Yeah, it's Polargeist.
And I wonder how many people haven't realized that. Probably quite a few. Geometrical Dominators A tier. We'll get there. Slow your roll, chat. This introduces you to jump orbs, man. And this song is good too. I think this is the best song yet, in my opinion.
I'd say it's on par with
Back on track.
Back on Track.
I like the darkened section. Like, the ship is something different. It actually like adds some variety. So far, it's just been like a clear color background with your gameplay, but this actually drops the color to black and then lights up, and there's pulses.
A bit more effort went in to make this level a bit more fun.
And it shows.
And it shows.
Polargeist, it's not as iconic. Here's the thing, it does not win many iconic points. I just died in Polargeist. Go ahead and make fun of me, chat. I didn't practice mode though. I didn't practice though. And then the third drop, like when you hit like 80% or 85, when it turns green. Kinda good. Kind of a good tier.
Guys, what do you mean base after base? Come on, I remember that level.
No, that level's awful.
Dog, base after base. The song is so good though.
No, it's not. I can hear you're lying. Alright, we'll get there when we get there. For Polargeist, man,
for Polargeist,
it's good.
It loses even more renown points.
Yeah. There's one coming up that I'm gonna give a lot of renown points to, just because of how. Like, I'll explain my point later, but there is one with big renown coming up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean the gameplay gets a little extra points. I say like a solid B tier for gameplay. Renown is it's D tier. Honestly, this level's it's not great. And then what is the other category? Gameplay,
renown, and song.
I put the song in B tier.
Here's the thing. This is in like B minus C plus territory.
Yeah, and that's the difficult part. So do we put it above Back on Track but not quite into B tier?
I think so. I think that's the play.
Okay, we'll put it there then. And then we move on to Dry Out. It's B tier. Polargeist is B tier. Gamer for Life says B. B tier. Chat really wants.
Well, we'll come back and we'll revisit it once we've filled out
Some more.
the rest of
Alright.
the roster.
Dry out, dude. The song slaps. I died on Dry
This is
Out.
the best one by far.
Like,
Best song by far. To this point.
Yeah, I agree. Dry Out's an S. Song is a banger. It's not S. That's cap. This was the first level that actually like really gave me some difficulty. Because like
Well, it puts you in upside down
Upside
and
down's
asks you to
hard.
like it asks you to think about when to jump rather than just having you jump where the game clearly wants you to.
Well, at this stage of the game, you're gauging like distances and like, do I jump here or do I wait? And then it throws you into upside down, and upside down when you first get into it is so much harder.
It really is, yeah.
And you don't have timing skill yet, and there are some timings in here where if you jump at the beginning of that cube, you will die. You have to jump either halfway through or towards the end of it, or you die. And these sections over here, towards the end, like past 60, it really throws into play the jump calculation on whether or not you need to jump or not. Some of the jumps look like you have to jump, but you don't. If you jump, you die.
You have to do that calculation.
And that's really pressuring you.
So this level is like, it's trying to teach you more, and I really like the ship section.
The ship
It makes
section's
you feel like you're
good.
kind of plotting your own course, even though
It's predetermined.
it's pretty linear.
Right. What, Poopam? When I open up GD and I start practicing Extreme Demon with the reasonable intention of beating it. Yeah, it's kind of huge. The song is like a solid A tier. The song up to this point, oh my god.
I mean, it's so good.
It's an A tier. The gameplay, solid A tier from me.
I like the gameplay. I like that it goes somewhere with it. Renown, though, Dry Out isn't exactly the most popular.
Does it?
I think it's either
low A or high B.
I think it's high B. I think it's high B tier.
That's where I was gonna put it.
I like this level. The song is good. I like it.
All right, see you, Bullets. Thanks for hanging around, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for hanging out, Bullets.
All right.
I'm comfortable with that.
Comfortable with it being in B tier. Let's move on to base after base. This level's so forgettable because you go through that whole Dry Out thing, right? It hits you with a difficulty spike, and then it's so easy.
Yeah, it kind of goes back the other direction.
Yeah, this level's so much easier.
I'm not sure what Robbie was thinking here.
No, not only is it so much easier, it doesn't introduce you to any new gameplay aspects, if I'm not mistaken, which up to this point every level has. It's high.
Were there even fake orbs in this one? Because there was a fake orb in the level that you're introduced to orbs.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know.
I can't remember if there's a fake in this one.
The Blackout section in like 35, it is a lot more difficult. It incorporates all the previous aspects. It's good. The gameplay is not awful, but it just doesn't introduce anything new, and it's not. Blackout section's a D tier. I disagree.
It doesn't make you think. It doesn't bring anything to the table.
The part at 70, starting at 70 when it turns green, this part gave me a lot of trouble back in the day. Because there's a lot of spots that make it look like you... I was in normal mode? Alright. I'm not finishing base after base.
Nerd.
I forgot I wasn't in practice. Base after base is...
This one's probably a D tier for me.
Yeah, this is just not good.
It's not good. I don't know what Robbie was thinking when he added this.
I don't either.
I mean, maybe if you put it earlier, like if this was the third level in the game, it makes more sense there because it would introduce Upside Down while still keeping it easy. But the positioning, the time you get to that just doesn't make much sense.
So it's going in D tier.
I gotta say it's in D tier. The song isn't that much of a banger.
It's like a solid C tier song. It's not awful.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
But it's not like Didn't bring anything new to the table. It's a C tier. The gameplay for me, that's an F tier, man. It doesn't do anything.
The gameplay is just the detractor, man.
And the renown, man. It's a D tier renown because it's so forgettable.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Can't Let Go. This is the first, is what I would consider, this is the first hard level in the game. And
yeah.
This is where it really starts to get difficult. This is the first level that like hung me up for more than a day.
I don't think this one hung me up for a day, but this was the one that I was like, oh, I should put attempts into a level to beat it.
There are timings in the beginning, like up to 20. There's timings. There's a part where you have to miss an orb and hit the second orb. That's difficult.
The second out of 3 orbs. I mean, that's...
Starting at 30, I mean, this section's difficult for when you're getting to it. I mean, I just died mainly because I was looking at chat, but I did still die.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where the game starts getting interesting and asks you to think even more than the previous levels.
There's kind of a throwaway ship section at 60. Like, it's not awful, but it's kind of throwaway. And then at 70, it throws this freaking curveball at you. Jesus Christ, this section gave me so much trouble.
This section was practically impossible.
Dude, oh my god. I spent so long here. Hours. And then the end section here is so stressful now that you've made it through that. I think it throws a triple spike at you, if I'm not mistaken. It does. It throws a triple spike at you at 97.
Yeah, this one is meant to break you mentally. This one's like, hey, no, this is a difficult game. You're going to die and you're going to need practice mode.
Right.
That's what this is.
The song's good.
This doesn't introduce anything to you other than practice mode and get comfortable with dying. That's what this introduces.
Right. It's trying to get you comfortable with dying. What's up, Bill with the shotgun? Deshaun, welcome to stream.
And it makes you feel like, I mean, as you mentioned, once you get past the 80-ish section,
that's the
you're
first,
immediately in tense mode.
That's the first time your heart rate goes up in GD.
That's the first time you look at your percentage meter and you're like, oh, I'm getting far. That's the first time that far is a concept in your mind.
And I think that's huge.
And that's huge. This is where the game hooks you. This is where the game says, all right, listen, we've thrown you some levels. We've thrown you a D tier recently, but this is where the game is.
You might quit here. A lot of people probably
you're
did.
Playing the game.
And
you can either get through this, or as you mentioned, you can quit. And this is where a lot of people did quit. But if you push through this, it's insane.
Yeah. I don't know if it deserves S tier or if it deserves top A tier. I don't think it quite deserves S tier.
I'll put it at top of A.
Simply because it's such a big wall.
I'd be willing to move it depending on how the rest of the tier list goes.
Right. I remember when my sister messed up while I was playing Can't Let Go, and I was pissed.
Yes, chat. Thank you for that.
I agree, though. It's got a good song. It's memorable, but it's also that wall where the game starts to really get difficult.
I mean, that's where you're in the game, and I love it so much.
Let me go on to Jumper.
Next up is Jumper.
This is where I feel levels changed. Levels, up to you could look at everything up to Can't Let Go and kind of, blend them together, and they're all kind of the same. Deco and everything. Jumper is a completely different style. The gameplay changes. It's pillars now, and it's corridors. This section has, a corridor at 70. It doesn't do that in any other level.
And upside down ship.
That is the first time I believe you see upside down ship as well.
And you're required to actually navigate an upside down ship.
Right.
The first time you see it, you're told to navigate it.
A lot of people really like this song because it's really happy. It's kind of the only happy song in GD, but I don't know if I really like it all that much.
It's just so different from everything else in the game that I mean, if you like it, you love it. If you don't like it, you really don't like it. You know what
I
I'm
don't think I had too much trouble with this level. I think I actually beat it fairly quick.
I beat it fairly quick, but the hard part for me was the intro. Like, getting to 30 was difficult on this level.
I like the ship section at 60, where the spikes are like coming at you.
Yes.
That makes you actually pick your own path. For the first time, you have to pick your own path in a ship section. And there's a triple spike that I almost died to. Song gets a bit repetitive, it does.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm with you though. This is not a very great song in terms of GD songs.
That end though, man. Like the last like 10%, 15% is tough. Where you have to like keep jumping.
Tough.
It is, man. You forgot about the Poltergeist pick your path? I mean, that one's... I mean, I guess you're kind of right. Poltergeist does have a pick your path section. You're right.
It does, but at that point, you're not picking your path, you're avoiding obstacles. You'd be like, oh, there's something over there, I'm just going to go around it. It's not really picking your path as much as just like... Technically, you are picking your path, but Poltergeist has so much room and so much space that you don't really have to have a path.
So here's the thing. The gameplay is like... Gameplay's like a B. High B, low A. It's not great. It's not awful. The song really kind of hurts it for me. That's like a C tier.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But the uniqueness...
C, maybe D, even.
But the renown, I don't... I guess renown's not really the right word. It's unique, but is it well known? Not really. It's Jumper.
I'd put it at low B, maybe C tier.
Okay, it's in C tier.
Yeah.
Jumper's so known, dude. It's a solid A. It's a solid B, 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 A.
I just don't see it, guys. I'm gonna be honest. The song is so different from everything else, and the ship was a great redeeming quality, but the music wasn't great, and the gameplay was meh.
Here's the thing, guys. Like I'm sitting here. We have all these amazing levels ahead of us. We can't load the tier list too hard. Like it's obviously Can't Let Go is not going to stand up to Deadlocked, because Deadlocked is a freaking masterpiece.
True.
It's so good. All right, let's move on to Time Machine. Time Machine, I love this song to death, man. This makes you feel like you're getting in the zone.
Me too.
It's kind of when GD transitions. Again, it makes another transition. It was kind of like...
Dog, this is the first time that I was like, wow, I've learned something in this game. Because this was not a level I could do when I started playing this game, and now
you can do it easy.
I can actually do it. You know? This is where you're actually starting to sight read.
Yeah. I don't know why I went for that coin route. There's triple spikes everywhere. This level throws like 5 or 6 triples at you. It wants you to get comfortable with triples. It wants you to be uncomfortable with triples.
And that ship section, oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, the ship section's tough,
It is
man.
so tight.
Songs are freaking a banger, dude.
Oh, song slaps.
Alright.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a fan of the gameplay. I know lots of people hate the reverse ship in this level. Like, reverse ship is so trash.
Yeah, they are.
Reverse portals are the spawn of Satan himself.
It's well used in this level.
I kind of like it in this level, I'm gonna be honest. Like, that might make me a bad person.
And then once you get to 60, and it goes back to normal mirror, and it turns black, like, something's coming. You know you're about to hit the drop of the level. The level's about to get hard. And then it does. At 70, it starts putting in that extra baseline.
Dog, when you get to 85 though.
Oh my god. When the vocal line comes across, it's so good.
This is Time Machine.
You feel like you're a gamer.
dog, you feel so powerful. And then that 90, like, that 97% upside down chip,
That's tough.
that's gonna get you. That's gonna get you one time. And it might not be on your first completion, but that will get you.
Song's so overused. We're not looking at the songs used in the community. I like the
song is a banger. This one gets some renown points from me because this is a level that I personally remembered.
I agree.
I don't know if it's well known in the community, but I know there's controversy around the use of the reverse portal, and that means that people at least remember it. It's memorable, if only in a bad way, and personally I like it. This is high in the renown. This is amazing in the song, and good gameplay.
I think it goes... It might be top of A tier.
And this might be my first S. Here's the thing. Time Machine is so good. I could play Time Machine right now and have a fun time playing it.
But the thing is, with the gameplay, it didn't age well.
Well, but did you enjoy the gameplay? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Just now, you played the level. Did you enjoy playing the level? Here's the thing. If you told me randomly, you said, all right, hombre, you are now playing base after base. I'd be like, okay, well, I mean, I'll do it, I guess. And I'm like, all right, and there it was. If you told me to go play Time Machine, I'm bopping to the music, and I'm having a good time, and I'm playing the level, and it's fun. It's good. For me, it is a classic and timeless, and I love it. And that puts it at S tier for me.
I might move it up to S. I just can't do it, man.
All right, so Hombre disagrees. He says that it's low enough that our average won't put it in S tier. I'd be willing to move it up, but
I'll put it in.
We'll see where it is for right now.
It's gonna stick in the bottom of S tier. There it is. All right. It's a good level, man. It makes you feel really good for the first time. Like, it puts a smile on your face whenever you do that 90 section. It's really good. The Time Machine song is a banger.
You get the chills when you hear, "This is Time Machine." And then it just, like, bumps into the music. Oh, it gives you chills. It's so good.
I'm really enjoying doing this, because every time I pick an option, the entire chat just screams at me collectively. Alright, cycles, man. Holy crap, dude. This level throws so many triples at you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dear god, man. Alright, so the thing with this level, it's kind of forgettable for me, man. It's in between Time Machine, which is an incredible level, and X Step, which is an incredible level, and unfortunately that hurts it for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, the intro section, it's fine, it's serviceable. But it's not memorable. It's not good.
Well, here's the thing. This level serves to introduce you to the ball, which is a really, really good game mode. And I feel like it does an okay job of doing that. But the issue is the section before it impedes you so much getting to the ball. There's so many triples that beginning section is going to take you so long. How many times are you actually going to get to play the ball? And that's a bit of an issue for me.
I mean, it's supposed to introduce you to it. But it's gatekeeping it.
Yeah, the beginning section gatekeeps you. And then, oh my god, the section at 54 with the reverse portals. And that section's hard as hell. Damn, dude.
It's so hard for the time that you should be doing this.
Right. What's up, YUF? Welcome to the stream. Yes, the ship part where it switches a million times was a nightmare for me as a beginner, says Weave. I agree entirely.
It was a nightmare. Nightmare.
It's fun to do it when you're good at it, but it takes so long to get good at it.
And like you say, this is between two great levels.
Right, which really hurts its renown. And the issue is you haven't dealt with, like, mass amounts of gravity changes in ship yet. It really throws you for a loop. I really like this end ball section. I'm a fan. I like what the song does as well, but at this point it's a bit too late in the level to save it for me. Fast ball timings feel good, they always have. It just makes you feel good at the game. It's a good level. Are you done with it?
Yeah, I finished. It's a good level, but the
So,
problem is that the level is focused on getting you to learn something. It's a teaching level. That's what it's there for, and it's functional. But the gameplay around the learning isn't very good.
yeah, the renown really hurts. It's like a D tier renown, man. This level's so forgettable. The song is like a solid B, maybe even an A tier. It's a good song. It's not a bad song.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
the
For sure.
gameplay, it's just all over the place for me. And honestly, like I might have to put this level in D tier.
I was thinking D tier. That's what I was thinking.
Top of D tier. It's better than base after base, but I don't think it's better.
Oh,
than,
yeah.
I don't think it's better than Jumper, Polargeister, Back on Track.
No, it's not. It's not on par with those.